Here's West Wing Season 5, Episode 19. This is a very solid episode. This is the free trade episode about the pros and cons of throwing an idea, how an idea turns into politics and it turns into a governing system. And it's about free trade. Like, what is free trade about? Like, why do we do free trade? Like, so basically the United States and China, as we're doing now in this 2013. Why does there's this huge free trade? Because it stops wars. It helps out like relations with the two countries, because the two countries are helping each other's economy. They're making a lot of money for each other, and they're not going to battle within these silly wars. They're not using their money on like nuclear bombs and stuff like that. And basically, it helps them out. As soon as money gets involved and everybody becomes happy, then it works. But the problem with free trade, of course, is that people exploit the system, just like what the United States does with China. So all of a sudden the free trade opens with China. All of a sudden these corporations bring their factories to this country to build up their supply, and of course they save a shitload of money, and the corporations make more money. But of course the American person loses out on all those jobs and loses out on those factory jobs. So what happens is that greed is the downside of free trade. But in its pure practice, if people were like not so goddamn greedy, free trade works in so many different ways. But at the same time, you see that it works, because that's like the casualty of free trade, is that there's greedy bastards who basically corporations who take advantage of the system. But at the same time, would you rather have that, all these like all the Nike or whatever like that factories, or the Apple factories in China, or would you rather have a big war and insecurity about China? I think that you would rather have the first, even though it's kind of shady. That's my review.